Does your referral comes from matter? For example, someone from private banking referring from investment banking internship. Yeah, I mean, I would say it matters still, Winston. Typically, what I tell people is like, you want to network with the people that are in the division that you're trying to apply for, and sometimes it's not even just division, but also like, you want to get the referral from people who are in the whatever office location you're trying to apply for. So like if you're trying to apply for like the Bay Area office, you try to network with someone in the Bay Area and not someone in New York, and vice versa, right? Because like even like different regional offices, they could run their processes separately, right? Does that mean that like someone who's not in that division can never refer you? I mean, no, not necessarily, but I think that it's a lot less likely. And also, uh, this is almost always certainly the case, but if someone in private banking wants to refer you for investment banking, I don't think they are most likely, they're not going to be able to just like directly single-handedly get you the interview, right? Like at most what they're doing is introducing you to someone they know that is in investment banking, and then hopefully that person refers you, right? So like it's just a more roundabout way of going about it, because one, you're counting on them to refer you to someone else, and then two, whoever they refer you to may or may not actually give you the referral, right? So um, I think also part of it is like how senior is this person, right? Like I had a client whose friend's dad is like, I don't know, C-level, like chief administrative officer or something like that at one of the bulge bracket banks, right? But he never worked in investment banking. He came up through like the consumer lending side, like think like mortgages and think other types of loans that you and I can go to the bank and borrow. And he's just like worked his way all the way up, and now he's in the C-suite. I mean, so he's pretty freaking senior, right? So like he can probably do whatever he wants, or he can at least like, I don't know, talk to someone. And I don't think even then, I don't think he like directly gave a referral, but I think he did like maybe like just even like put in a good word for her or mention her name. And then he also told her like, yeah, let me know after you interview and I'll go and like check with the team to see like what they thought or whatever. But even that is like an indirect form of help, right? But like again, I think that's like a unique case where he's so senior that um he could be more helpful even though he's not in the group. But generally speaking, I would say just try to stick to the groups and the divisions that you're actually targeting, and that's going to be the best use of your time. Obviously, like if you have someone who's already a personal connection, usually these like family members or friends or whatever, and they're not necessarily in investment banking, like you should just still ask them, right? Like that's low hanging fruit. I mean, just in case they know anyone, you never know.
So
But
that's kind of what happened with me. Sorry if it's loud behind me. She works in private banking, and she was willing to send me a referral to those divisions as well.
yeah, so that's fine, right? Like if you already have a personal connection, they're not in the right division, but it's like a very warm contact, and they're gonna be like, willing to like you're almost certain they're gonna be willing to go out of the way and do whatever they can, then sure, right? I think the distinction here is more for like if you're just doing cold outreach, like I wouldn't I wouldn't really bother. Like, I think better example is like sometimes people say, "Oh, like I found this alumni from my school who's in private banking. Like, should I reach out to them?" It's like, well, if you have other alumni that are actually in banking, I would just do that. If it's like that's literally the only alumni from your school that works at that firm, then sure, I guess it's better than nothing. But I wouldn't have high hopes, right? Hey there, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're looking for more customized advice that's tailored for your specific situation, then I invite you to book a free strategy session with our team at the link below. We'll talk to you soon.